Hello, fairy finders and fairy seekers. Welcome back to FaerieQuest and another episode of Faerie Scrabble. As always, we are going to pull from our Scrabble bag here 8 letters, and we're going to see what those 8 letters will spell for us. Keeping in mind that I am not necessarily the reader here, I am just the one who's pulling the words from the 8 Scrabble tiles and bringing forth perhaps something that a past loved one or a spirit guide or an angel would like to let you know they are aware of that is going on in your life. So if you happen to see some words that I miss, by all means, take that as a personal message from someone in spirit for you. So let's get these tiles pulled. First tile is a U. Second tile is an A. We have an O. We have a G. We have a T. We have an E. We have an R. And we have an N. So 8 letters there. So we're going to start with the first one that I see. Kind of an odd word here. We have the word gator. So this could be someone's nickname. This could be an actual alligator. Perhaps you live somewhere where there are alligators. This could be someone that you knew, ancestor or past loved one that used to work with gators or at a zoo. All right, so we're going to move on to another creature. So we have a rat, the word rat, and this could be someone who raises rats, someone who is dealing with rats, perhaps in their barn, hopefully not in their home. This could be, again, another nickname of someone, either past or living, but someone in the spirit realm is saying, hey, we know this person, perhaps you've been thinking about them, or maybe you had a pet rat that has passed away that you were very close to. It's not as uncommon as you think. All right, and then we have the word tar, and that could be maybe the street that you live on has new tar or needs new tar. Maybe one of the routes that you take is they're adding new tar to the road. There's really not a lot I can think of to do with that one. And I believe, weirdly enough, we have the word tongue. This might be one of those words that says, you know, maybe there's an issue with your tongue. Brush your tongue when you brush your teeth. Or maybe you have a pierced tongue and that's a new thing, or you've been having problems with it. Maybe this is a warning to watch your tongue. In other words, don't speak out without thinking first. And then what would go with that, obviously, is the word argue. And that very well could go with that tongue. So maybe it's best, if you've been arguing with someone or plan to argue with someone, maybe you should think first. Think about what you're going to say. Plan it out so that it doesn't end up being an argument between two people or however many people, because that could cause you to rue the day. Rue the day that you ever tangled with anyone. And I'm taking that one as being an ancestor. That is a word that isn't used very often nowadays, but back in the days of our ancestors, that would have been one of those words. So you don't want to rue the day. Let's put it that way. All right, and then we have, as we previously saw, the word ton. Not exactly sure where to go with that. Perhaps you're getting a ton of rocks. Perhaps you're getting, gosh, I don't know, how do they measure hay? Is it a ton of hay? Or just in general, when you talk to somebody, I'm getting a ton of hay, or I'm getting a ton of rocks, meaning a great many of them. Then we have, and again, remember, you are certainly welcome to use these words and determine what they might be meaning for you. If I'm missing that, I'm just giving suggestions. And then we have the word not. And that can be used as a, what do you want to say, at the end of a statement that you're being actually kind of sarcastic about, and then you go, not. So there might be some things that you've been hearing that past loved ones, angels, spirit guides, ancestors are saying, not. This is not what you should be listening to. Not. It's kind of like the buzzer for something that isn't correct. So pay attention to this. There's probably a lot you've been hearing that just they're saying they're not. That's not it. That's not what you want to listen to. And not to argue about it. That could be part of where that comes in as well. Okay, so then we have, interestingly enough, where'd it go? There it is. The word groan, meaning groaning, like something hurts, or you really don't want to do something, so you kind of, geez, that kind of a groan. Or just another one of those stories that makes you groan. Seriously, here we go again, kind of thing. And it could be pain related. There could be many reasons for this. So think about, have you been groaning lately? And think about what that groaning may be about. We also have, now I'm not sure this one's spelled correctly. Well, maybe we should do this first. We also have Halloween coming up. So you might be hearing perhaps ghosts groaning. Okay, so here is an abbreviation for Tuesday. Maybe there is something coming up for you, a birthday or anniversary or something like that that's coming on a Tuesday. Birth of a child. Anything that your guides or angels or past loved ones or ancestors would look at as something that they should bring up. Something about a Tuesday. And it might not be anything celebratory either. It doesn't have to be. It could just be something that you have to deal with, and they're letting you know that they're aware of it and they're with you. So then we have, and I believe this is correct, the word roan. And this is a horse, a type of horse, or is it a color of horse? I'm not absolutely sure on that, but it's here. I'm bringing it up. So those of you who are horse people, you're going to know what that is. And then we have the word nag. Oops, sorry for the hand in front. And this could also be a horse term, or perhaps this is somebody joking around from spirit that you knew that you would have a joke back and forth of going, nag, no, you're a nag, that kind of thing. Or it is somebody letting you know that you might be nagging and not even really realize it. And then we have interesting words today. The word rogue. Okay. The word rogue is related to someone who does things differently. It's a rogue thought, perhaps, or a rogue action. Something that you would not expect to be done, or a thought to come to mind that would be that way. It's a rogue thought. It's unusual. It's probably considered kind of, to some, maybe not good, but not necessarily. So if you're not real sure about the meaning of that word, look it up, because there are more meanings than what I have given here. And that is, again, another unusual word. So I'm thinking again, ancestors. We might have some ancestors coming in here pretty heavily here. So that might be a word you want to take a look at a little closer. And then we have the word ant. So perhaps some of you are dealing with ants, either in the house or outside the house, and the spirit realm people that are attached to you are letting you know that they know there's an issue here. And if you pay attention to signs, they might actually point you to a direction that might help you get rid of them. And here is another ancestral word. I believe it's egg. Okay, I think that's how it's pronounced, egg. And it's an illness or something along those lines. It's vague for me, but I believe it has something to do with achy muscles and things like that. Another one that you might want to look up, because if you are having some issues like this, you might be able to do something about them. This might be a clue for you. So consider that. And we have the word grant. And this could be someone's name, either living or past. It could be somebody is trying to get a money grant for something, starting a new business or refurbishing an old building. Can be many reasons grants are requested. Then on top of that, we have the word rant. And I think there's probably been a lot of that going on, because if you're on FB or anything like that, any of those other ones, you might find that there's a lot of ranting going on because people are not exactly happy at this time. Things are happening that were not expected, and they might actually be having some rants in spirit too, because of some of the way things have gone that they really probably don't understand and cannot believe. And then we have the word ran. So perhaps you ran. Maybe you are training for a marathon. Maybe you ran a marathon. Maybe you just do it for the sake of doing it, for losing weight or just toning muscles, but you're being shown that they're aware. And then we have the word art. This is a creative thing. Maybe you are an artist already, meaning many mediums of artists. There's clay work, there's painting, there's so many different kinds of art. I can't even go there. But if you have been considering doing something creative, which can be called art, then by all means, you're being given the go-ahead to do that. Creativity is very important and it raises the vibration. And then we have the word gone. That could mean a lot of things. It could be a past loved one or an ancestor saying, I'm not gone. It could be, even though you might think I am, it could be something that you have been looking for, that you have lost, and they're saying, sorry, it's gone. It's moved on to the next owner. It could be, yeah, that's a tough one. So if that word means something to you specifically, then you know it is a word for you. So then we have the word one. Now that could be talking about specifically you as one person. It could be talking about $1. It could be talking about the number one, meaning like maybe it's the number of your apartment or your house, or one is, well, of course the song lyric pops into my head of one is the loneliest number that you'll ever do. So maybe that is what it's talking about. Maybe you're feeling lonely and those in spirit are saying we understand, but we are here. And then we have tone. Now that could be toning up muscles. That could be how you're speaking to someone, the tone that you're using. It could be the tone of a situation. Could make all the difference in how that situation actually turns out. We have the word gun. And that's a very controversial thing. However, it isn't the object that's a problem. It is the people that use the object. In other words, if there's no bad intentions and nothing bad will happen, it is a person that makes that plan. So maybe this is someone in spirit saying, I had one of these, or maybe it is someone in spirit who passed because of someone using one of these. And of course, now we see the word toe. If you have something with your toe, obviously that message would be for you. Maybe you're going toe to toe. And again, we're going back to the arguing. That would be going toe to toe with someone. And that can be meaning, you could maybe be duking it out. And then you got right away, not. Or if not doesn't work for you, no is clear as a bell. And then we have the word gut. So perhaps you have been having problems with your digestive system, or you're just feeling something in your gut. You're feeling that tug about something in your gut. Interesting how that goes. Flips around, mirror image. And I think what those in spirit are saying is, if this is how you feel, if you're feeling that tug in your gut, pay attention to what that might be about and see where it takes you. We have the word range. Now, again, an older word for a stove. It's not often you hear the word range in reference to an oven, stove. It can also mean home on the range, okay, living off the land. A range of subjects, being in close range, or the range is far away. We also have the word rang. So maybe there's something that rang true here, and we can even use the word true in this. We've got rang and we've got true. So maybe something rang true to you with this Faerie Scrabble, and that would be an awesome thing. We also had the word out over here before I moved true. I'm not sure where that would go. Maybe you're being told to just step away. Just step out for a little bit. Maybe it's an over and out kind of thing. Someone from Spirit saying, we'll talk to you later. We also have the word great. Somebody telling you you're really awesome, you're really great. Something really large, something great coming into your life. Big. It's of great size. We also have the word gran, which might be something that some of you called your grandmother. Gran, and she is coming in. You'll know who you are. She's coming in to say hello. We also have the word grout. Might be such a thing as some of you are working on perhaps kitchen or bathroom tiles on the floor, or perhaps in a shower, and they're letting you know that they're aware of what you're doing. We also have the word route. Maybe you're trying to make a decision here about which path to go, what route to take. And there might be a word in here that might have helped with that decision if you think about it. And if you can't remember what they were, go back in here, because you never know. This could be if you're a mail carrier, you have a specific route that you take. And then we have the number 10. Maybe that number is significant for you by date, or maybe age of a child that you have, or a certain memory that took place at the age of 10. We have the word our, meaning yours and mine, his and hers, our. Not sure where that would go, but if that's a word that means something to you, you're going to know. We also have the word oar, meaning the oar of a canoe, perhaps, or of a boat, or of a kayak. There's also the word net. That would go perhaps with a boat. You have your oars and you have your net for catching your fish or grabbing your fish once you catch them on the line. Or it could be the internet, short version for the internet. Or maybe you're being caught up in some kind of net. And then we have the word gore, which is kind of icky. If that means something to you, I'll let you run with that one. We have the word rent, go rent. So perhaps your rent is being raised, or you are finding a new house to rent. Maybe you're renting out a house or an apartment, paying rent on a storage unit. Any of these things are possible. Then we have the word goat. Now this could be actually talking about the four-legged animal goat, or it could be maybe somebody teasingly called someone an old goat. We have the word rut. So perhaps if you feel like you're in a rut, your spiritual loved ones, spirit people, your team will have some suggestions as to how to get past that rut if you pay attention perhaps to the small signs that they're giving you. Or maybe you put your car tires in a rut. Never know. And we have the word age. Maybe you have a birthday coming up and you're feeling a little odd about the age that you're turning. They're telling you no big deal, it's just an age. Time really doesn't exist in spirit, so what we're seeing and feeling out here is just don't worry about it. It's a part of the journey. And we have the word gate. Perhaps this is a ascension gate. There's been a lot of talk about that, and there was a lot of things going on. I believe it was August 8th that there was an ascension gate that opened. It could be a gate to your house. Maybe the gate needs oiled. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there. I'm pretty sure there's probably a few other words such as tag. Okay, tag, you're it. That could have been something that you played with one of your past loved ones, or, that you play with your angel, that you play with your spirit guides, or maybe a good friend. You're always playing perhaps phone tag. So anyway, I'm going to leave any others to you to see what you can find. Oh, but I can't let this one go by. Okay, we have a rune here. Okay, if you don't have any runes of your own, perhaps this is saying you should probably choose a rune and see what that rune means. And maybe this is a daily thing, and I believe if you look up interactive runes or something like that online, you can maybe pick a rune each day online too. I don't know for sure. But for those of you who have runes, maybe that's what that's telling you. So I think that's it for this session of Faerie Scrabble. I hope that there is a message here for you that popped out. And again, if you see any words that I didn't see, run with them. So as with all readings, even though this isn't actually me doing a reading, but as with all fairy readings, take what you can from it and just let go of the rest. And if you like this, please, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button and hit the like button. That would be awesome. Thanks so much. We'll talk to you later.